welcome to episode 16 from Day to Day Knits. My name is Sara, and I live with my husband Joseph and our dog Effie in Knoxville, Tennessee. And this is all about knitting. Today I am wearing my Rola-Brava Sweater. You won't find it on Ravelry because I made it myself. And I just, I was doing it just thinking, I wanted a sweater that went all the way up to there, but had like full big mohair sleeves. And I just made up a pattern. I'm going to start with acquisitions real quick, because that leads me to my first FO. Yes, there is more than one. Alright, so first my Yarnable box. Let me tell you that I have a very sensitive nose. I have many allergies, as it turns out. I've recently actually got tested and find out what some of those are. And as soon as I cut into the box, there was something in it that had, it was a bath bomb. I gave it away. As soon as I cut into the box, I just got that big whiff of, it was some sort of pumpkin spice, so it had cinnamon, ginger, and all that good stuff when it is in food and drinks, but when they put it in body products, or candles, it always messes up my nose. So I give it away, but the box still smells like it, unfortunately, because it has such pretty things. It's a strong smell still. And I got this 2 weeks ago, more or less, 10 days ago. So I'm wondering if I'm gonna have to donate or give, in a giveaway or something, everything. Maybe not this bag though, because the bag I can wash it and hopefully the smell will go away. But it has a super cute bag that says introvert, which is more or less what I am. I am really an introvert. I know I talk a lot. I am a very talkative introvert. That's me. I only really talk this much in person if I'm, really comfortable with a person. Otherwise, I am a very quiet person. But introvert, that's me. But willing to discuss yarn, that is also me. And then it has two cats. And one of them, and they're unicorn cats. I don't know if you can tell, I think you can. And one of them is holding a ball of yarn. And it's very cute. Cat was my first pet. I've always wanted a cat when I was a kid. And the lady that was my nanny when I was too young to go to school, she'd take care of me and another girl of similar age, and she always had cats, because one of her daughters would bring home cats from the streets and take care of them and nurse them and make them house cats. And so at some point she got this female cat that was pregnant, and she had two baby cats, and I got one and she got the other, and this just made me think of that, I guess because cats. So that's one of the things that came in the Yarnable box from October, because we're now in October. Time goes by fast. And then there's a mini puzzle. It comes in a little plastic thing that has a screw top. And it's it says the puzzle, if it is the thing that is in the picture right here, it should say Happy Fall, and then it just has pictures of the skeins, maybe? Or maybe this isn't the actual picture. I think it is. I think it is. Alright. I think this thing that you see here should be the picture that is in the puzzle. And while I do really like puzzles, this one only has 150 pieces, and I'm more into the 1,000+ pieces. Well, it's really hard to find a puzzle that has more than 1,000 pieces. So I'm thinking of donating this, and you can tell it has pictures of the yarn that came this month. And I'm considering adding that to the giveaway that we're doing at the end of the year. If you are just new and you don't know about the giveaway, all you have to do to enter is first be on Ravelry, which I know it's not accessible to everyone, but it was the only way I could think that I could handle this. And you get an entry every time that you go to the group. That there should be a link below the video, and you post a picture of your FO and the pattern, the name of the pattern of the FO, and that pattern has to be a pattern that was talked about in this podcast, and there is a list in the link if you want to go over that. And really, you're in time for probably doing a few of those still till the end of the year. You have to enter till the end of the year. And then at the end of the year, or to give everyone time, in January, I'll just get Google or an app or something to pick one of those entries at random. And then that person gets to have lots of Yarnable things. Not Yarnable, well, some Yarnable things, but also other things that are not from Yarnable. And moving on to the skein that I am thinking of adding, and let me know what you think about that. It's very pretty. It is this green and orangey skein. It is very pretty. The green is kind of a mint green. Very minty. There's some more green. And the orange isn't very bright at all, and it's just there at the end, and then just a few speckles here and there. This skein is Superwash, which is why I'm thinking of not doing the Yarnable box come next year. I just want to do it till the end of the year. I just wanted to do it till the end of the year, just to see all the colors, get all the yarn. But it is Superwash, and I prefer not to work with Superwash. And it's 85 Superwash Merino, 15% nylon, and it is 100 grams fingering, so 400 and something meters, 437 yards, not meters. And this one is called, this colorway is called Pumpkin Patch. And that, and the bag with the kittens, and the puzzle, and oh, the puzzle is by Micro Puzzles. And the bag was designed by Yarnable. And then the pumpkin spice bath bomb was custom made for Yarnable, but I don't know by who. And I gave it away, but it was so intense that the box and all its contents still smell, even though it has been 2 weeks. So that's Yarnable for October, that I got literally right after I finished filming the video last time. And I just thought, I'm not gonna go back and film it again just to add this. I'll just add it next time. And this sweater has been folded up for many months now, so you can see it's kind of wrinkly here and wrinkly there. But oh well. And I also ordered a few things from Etsy. First, by Sewing Studio Store, I got this pretty ribbon. It is a navy blue, really dark, and I don't know if I would say that that's a very light gold or a gold and silver, but it just has some plants. Basically, it's just some flowers and some plants. And why do I need a ribbon? Because sometimes I knit stuff like shorts that require something that closes at the waist, and I do not like to knit the I-cords for that. I prefer to just get some pretty ribbon. I got this one that has some bees. And it's all yellow and pretty. And that is from, I have a little card here. Tess Gambuza by the Artful, well, it's the Artful Button by Tess Gambuza. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but there we go. Hope you will see that. And this, you might guess what it is for. It is by Origin Design Trim, and it's brown with decks, and the decks are pink. And those go with my shorts. So that leads me to the FO. I have finished my Flutter Buttshorts. They're huge looking. I still need to put the ends away. But basically the ribbon, you make an eyelet when you're doing, at the beginning, when you're doing the waistband. And that's the eyelet right there. See how it looks weird? And the ribbon's just gonna go in and around the waist. And then it should do sort of this, like it should bunch up the shorts a little bit at the waist instead of them being huge. But I think it will look well. They're gonna be just comfortable shorts to wear in the truly hottest days of the summer here in Tennessee. Because it really does get hot. And it doesn't cool down in the evenings like in some other places. Something else that I got is this yarn, which is not really for me. I mean, it's for me to knit, but it is for Christmas presents. I still have like 4 Christmas presents to do, and I'm going to start, I think, in a week. I'm gonna start working on those. It's Lindy Chain, which is, I believe, cotton and linen. Let's see, 70% linen, 30% Pima cotton. And it's fingering, and it's just a very pretty, like, dry green. And it's for 2 friends. So this will make 2 objects. And I'm sure that you're wondering what those are. Because, I mean, how are going 50 grams make 2 presents? Well, they're gonna be stuff to wear like maybe in the summer, I think. I would wear it in the summer, and I'm gonna make some for myself, but with a different color. And that is why I ordered this. It's gonna go with the one I make for myself. And from the same person, which, let me see if I can remember, because I threw away the piece of paper. Rebecca's Knitting Room, I think. You'll see the last episode, I actually said the right name. But I guess she sells these cute markers on Etsy. I bought the seahorse for myself, and for my 2 friends, I bought one. I think one has a pearl in the center of a silver colored seashell, and the other one has 3 dolphins, I think. Either that or I got the 3 dolphins that make a circle twice. I don't know, can't remember exactly. Then I ordered another one for myself. That is not the dolphins or the other one. If I remember correctly, it is a very pretty acorn. And I can't wait to see it. Just waiting on that. It's coming all the way from, I would say, England. Definitely Great Britain. So it's gonna take just a little bit to get here. But that's life. And then the other, my hands are burning a little bit, sorry. If I close them too much, I'm just, The other FO, which is a trefo and not a hoe, is my Ember socks. This is my second one, and I'm extremely proud of it. I made a few changes from the one that I did before, which is this one that I still have not finished the ends. but I have used them, and are they cozy? Okay, let me tell you a little bit about this pattern. It has quite a bit of ribbing because you're supposed to fold it down, more or less in half, but not quite. It's all in the pattern. And you have your heel flap, but instead of then you turn for the heel, but instead of doing the gusset on the side like I did for my vanilla summer splash, instead you do it at the bottom. And that means that you also have a little design there, and it's hard to tell because some of the yarns that I used, well, one is a Clouborn Merino Superwash. Let me see. It's a long name and I can't remember it by heart. It is not available anymore for sale anyway, but I just might as well tell you the right name in case you have it on your stash and you decide to use it. It's Clouborn Fibers Merino Superwash Sock Twist Handpaints in Stone Heather. Apparently this brown color that does not look like a heathered color to me is called Stone Heather. I don't know. And the other one is the Yarnable from August of this year, and it's called, I believe, Sweet and Sour. But if you can tell, this is a little fire, and it's hard to tell from a distance that it is because it caught a little bit of the darker colors of the colorful skein. So I think that the fire is a little bit harder to tell when you're at the distance. Well, this little flicker of flame, or an eye or a fish if you want it from the side, or even a leaf, that's easier to tell because it's a very large design. So this whole thing works with 2 charts per sock, depending on your size, per pair of socks, I guess, because you're probably not going to do one sock as an S, one sock as an M. Although you could, you know, some people just have a foot much larger than the other one. Happens sometimes. So there is a chart per size for this area and a chart per size for this area. And right now, and let me do that in the center. I really like it. It ties the whole thing together, in my opinion. Right now, I am doing a call for test knitters. I already have 2 people that have told me that they are interested. And if you that are watching this are interested too, by the end of next week, that will start on Monday the 18th, I will be doing I'll be sending out a form, that's what I would say. Just a form so I can get some information from everyone, so I don't have 10 people saying that they're interested and they're all trying to do a small. So I'll just be giving you, if you're interested, some information. All you have to do is send me your email. You can do that through Instagram, through Ravelry, although I check Instagram more often than Ravelry. Yes, because I don't think that there's a way of texting through YouTube, and you probably do not want to put your email out for everyone to see. So if you do want to do that, if you want to test knit, if you're comfortable with color work, you don't have to use Superwash at all. You can do any other sock yarn that you have. This is just, it was the colors that inspired me, and that's why I'm using this yarn, even though it is not yarn that is available, neither the Yarnable one, because you know that comes once a month and that's it, nor the other one, because I believe that they got bought out and they stopped making that yarn. Anyway, if you are interested, let me know, and I'll be sending everyone the form, everyone that has contacted me before and everyone that will be contacting me this week, and that starts on the 18th. and then I'll be picking people. But basically, if you really want to know how much time you have, from the beginning to end, you'll have probably about a month. And I suggest that you do the ribbing in 1 week, because that's just tiresome work, and it just ends up taking longer because it's slow work. And then you can probably do the sock the following week, and then for the second sock ribbing for the 3rd week, and then for the 4th week the end of the sock. That's how much time it took me, and I was like changing things as I went. So I definitely think that the tester could meet those goals, although not every one of us likes knitting socks much, and you know, or has a hard time doing color work, so you just might not be able to meet those goals. And I mean, that's okay. You just have to let me know, and well, or just not enter, I guess, the test call, because that's just my goal. I think it's reasonable. Anyway, so that's that for that one. I can't believe it has been 20 minutes. So that's my 2 FOs. My Amber socks and my Flutter Buttshorts. For the Flutter Buttshorts, I'm using Modern Cotton Decay. And I think Rose Island. Alright, so whips. Okay, so I am very sad, very, very, very sad about this, but I feel very confident saying that I am allergic to my yarn here. I really like it. It's very rustic, but it has vegetable matter, and apparently I'm allergic to a ton of like trees and grasses and other plants that are not trees or grasses, but this sort of makes my eyes burn a little bit, and doesn't itch my skin or anything, even though it, you know, it's rustic, but it's just that thermal rusticness of yarn. It is 100% wool. It is called Mé-Mé 20. But it does come with some sort of straw, or you can see it there, or something, every now and then, and I think that that's the thing that I'm allergic to in this yarn, because I've done other projects with 100% wool, and I've not, like, not very treated wool, like 100% wool that is not superwash, and I've never had this problem before, so I really think it's the vegetable stuff. So it's been very slow for me to work on this. Although I didn't realize until recently, because I started working on this project when there was like a ton of stuff happening outside, like certain plants were not blooming, because I don't think blooming, but I don't know, they were doing something, releasing something into the air that was giving me a ton of cough and can't even think. All right, ton of cough and eyes burning and sore throat and all that. And then I started feeling better, and I was like, oh, let me pick this up. And then that same night, it hit me again. So we'll see. I want to finish the sweater. I want to wear this sweater. So my plan is to just pick out all the vegetable matter as I go. Do it slowly here and there. And I don't know, I hope that in the end, you know, if I'm picking it out, that it will be better. And that I can wear it after I wash it a few times. We shall see. One of my goals was to finish the lace work, and I thought I had, but that's because I was looking at the wrong page. It happens sometimes, which usually leads to mistakes. Luckily I didn't start the collar work, which is the part that comes after that. and it said count my stitches, and I was off by like 100 stitches or something. Not 100, but a lot. But you can see that I did some progress. You can also tell how my voice is changing, but I just love this so much. I mean, I'm allergic to pets and such, but I've always had pets. It's just life, and I'm gonna live it the way I want to. And here you should be able to tell some of the lace work. It's really pretty. It is easy. Sorry, so okay, I'm gonna take this away from me because I don't know. I wonder if it's giving me a smidge or if it's on my head. Because you know, sometimes you think that things are there, but they're not there. Like if someone says there's something in the air, and you might start feeling tingly on your right leg, then you're like, oh my god, my right leg is tingly. You know. So I don't know how much of it is just me being aware of it, or me imagining it because I'm aware that it is an issue. And I've told you the yarn. I cannot remember the color, but basically it's the whitest one that they have. It's really a pearl color, it's not actually white. And it's an easy pattern. It just looks extremely daring at first because every single line is written out and it has like multiple parts per line. When I say line, I mean row. Each line of text is a row basically. And it just has a lot going on. It's not knit for this long. It's not like that. So it's quite a long pattern if you try and print that out. Yeah. So we'll see about that one. In the meantime, I am hoping that over the next week I'll be able to finish my vanilla summer splash socks. I changed the pattern to just have a color for one cuff, one color for the cuff, and one color for the foot, the rest of the foot. This one is also sold out. I got all of these like months ago on the big like closeout sale, and I cannot remember the yarn, so I'm gonna have to go check on my computer. And this is Madeleine Tosh Sock 2020 is the name of the color. It is just lots of greens and blues and pretty stuff that makes me think of the ocean. And this one is Clouborn Fibers Highland Superwash Sock Twist, and the color is Caribbean. This one is I guess because it's the Highland and not the Merino, it feels more rustic even though it is superwash compared to the one that I used for the other socks. Okay, that yarn is really bothering me. I'd never noticed it before, but now I can definitely tell. And then final object that is not finished obviously because it is a whip is the Coziest memory blanket. And ooh, look at my second row. It's looking beautiful in my opinion. And funnily enough, these are the colors that I used for my sorrel, but they're not completely covered with mohair. This is the only one that has a little bit of the mohair. I'm gonna zoom in. You should be able to tell that this is beige, just plain beige. This has white mohair and this has yellow mohair. Should be quite obvious. And that is where we are. I'm really upset about that yarn because I love the pattern and I love the yarn. And I want to wear the sweater. I think it's gonna be just beautiful. And I honestly do not know if I really, after being done, if I really felt like I just can't wear this. It worsens my symptoms, or maybe I do get itchy once I have it on, I don't know. I think I'll probably have to give it away to someone. And it's so much work into a sweater that, and it's a pattern that not everyone would use. It's a V-neck, it's wide, but I'm not, as you know, I changed the math of the gauge, so it is not huge on me, because it is a one size fits all. But we'll see. If I do have to give it away, I'll have to really think hard on it. Because when you give away things that you made, whether it's a present or because you're making them for yourself and they don't turn out the way you want them, I mean, you give it away to someone that you think will take care of it. Really, whether it is, I feel that way about whether it is something that I made or something that I bought. You want people to appreciate the time and the effort that you put into things, even if it is just coming up with a perfect present to buy someone, or baking them something, or making them something. So I'm gonna have to think on it, and that leads me to four presents that I want to finish before Christmas. So before Christmas, I'm probably just going to be finishing these objects, making those 4 things, and there is 2 more things that I want to do for myself that I want to be able to wear in time for Christmas and my Christmas vacation. And we'll see how that goes. I have a list, I have plans. Things don't always go as planned because, you know, life gets in the way sometimes, and it has its own plans for us, but we shall see. Maybe everything will go according to plan. We'll see. I hope that you are doing well, and that your family is doing well, and if not, I'm sorry. Sometimes things happen for no rhyme, no reason, and we just have to make the best that we can and enjoy what we can enjoy. I consider myself a realist. I'm gonna knit a little bit as I talk. But sometimes you really have to be a positive person, just so that you're not down all the time, and just so that you can overcome whatever gets thrown in your way. And on a sort of sad note, at some point we will be moving away from Knoxville and going to Nashville, and that's just, I'm gonna have to leave my job, which I love, and the people that I work with, which I love, and they're great people. But, you know, things always work out in the end, I guess. And then at some point you die, but depending on your views on religion and the afterlife, whether if it is there or is not there, you know, I guess what I mean is you just have to make what you can with what you have and live your best life with what you're given. Yes. So, words of wisdom from a 27-year-old. How do you like them? But I cannot wait for Christmas. I'm extremely excited. Extremely excited. I can't wait for all the nice baked goods I'm gonna be able to make that will actually fit the season, not be wishful thinking that it was Christmas. I'm excited to go back to the wonderfulness that is the European Union. Going back to Portugal, seeing my family and my friends, seeing the sea again on the other side of the Atlantic. It's gonna be great. And then it will be far too cold for me to even think of wetting my toes. There's something funny about the winters here and the winters back home, where I'm from. That's what I mean when I say back home. Because obviously this is where I'm living and making my life. But here the winter is like really cold for me. Although it's cold enough that it snows, it is not cold enough that the snow stays for a day. It doesn't. It melts within a few hours, unless you're in a place that is shadowy all day, I guess, in winter. And you might be able to see a couple of whites there. I'm just noticing, like, as I'm looking at the screen on my phone, when I turn my head, sometimes I think I catch a white sheen or something. I don't know. Oops, that was supposed to be a pearl. Gotta pay attention. But then, where I'm from, in Figueira, the winters are not that cold. I mean, freezing temperatures might be maybe the middle of the night, or as late as when people get up to leave their house. But it doesn't stay that way. It warms up. But I guess it just has that humidity. I mean, here in Tennessee it's extremely humid, but it's like a tropical humidity thing. There it's like a North Atlantic humidity, where it just... I wonder if my markers fell. I have no idea where it is. But the cold gets to your bones, and that's where I was getting at. So, well, here it is a pain to leave the house and go to my job in the morning because the ice just keeps freezing. My windshield just keeps freezing. There I just get pain on my knees, so I guess, I don't know, it's a good trade-off, you think? But anyway, just saying that I'm really looking forward to it, and I'd like to know what you're knitting, and maybe you'd like to say something about what you're looking forward to in the near future. Whether it is maybe seeing family that you haven't been able to see for a while, or a project that you're planning on working on, or a sweet treat, or a birthday, or an anniversary or something. I don't know, there's always something. I think it would be very lonely to not have always something to look forward to. But if you don't, just make something up. Give yourself something to look forward to. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It is Saturday afternoon. It was raining and really cold in the morning. It's still not very windy anymore, but there's still a breeze and it's still coldish. Certainly not hot enough, I don't think, to go to the pool. Although I do sometimes go just to look at the water. I find it very relaxing. But hopefully that means that since I'm not doing this on Sunday afternoon, that you might get to see the video a little bit earlier than usual for the last few weeks that I've been doing this. Anyway, I think I'm done with my ribbing. I think I have all the rows I need. Now I can start working on the heel, and I'll probably do that as I edit the video. I hope you all have a great time, a great weekend. Even though you'll see this after the weekend, so great next weekend and next week. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I was gonna say watching, but that's wrong. It's watching. And yeah, don't forget to comment or like or subscribe if you haven't. That just helps you getting, you know, it just helps you get to these videos in a more easy way, in an easier way. Because you don't have to look it up on YouTube every time. There should be a button that says subscriptions, and you just click there and you have access to all of your subscriptions. But anyway, I'm gonna go do some more stuff and then take this sweater out on a walk. Alright, this is really it. Thank you for watching and have fun. Bye. Alright all, let's learn how to make pão de ló del feijão. You will need 250 grams of sugar or 8.8 ounces, 5 eggs, 15 egg yolks, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 110 grams or 3.8 ounces of flour. We're going to start by whipping all the eggs and sugar for 15 minutes at 37 Celsius or 98 Fahrenheit at the medium to high speed. You can do this over the stove. If you put your bowl that you're putting all the ingredients in on top of a pan that has water, and that is the one that is receiving the direct heat of the flame. This dessert was first made by a convent called Mosteiro de Santa Maria de Cós, and it was founded in the 12th century. And just like many other desserts that are traditional to Portugal, it just started with the nuns using the egg whites for their outfits for stiffening, and the yolks to make the desserts because they were left over, and those they could, I guess, either eat or they could sell to help support the convent. Effie is going to stay outside because she does not like the Thermomix or many other things that make noise. And look at how it grew. It's all because of the air that is forming in little bubbles. After doing this for 15 minutes, we're going to take it off the heat and just keep whipping for 10 more minutes. After that, we will add the flour and the baking powder and just whip for a few more seconds. Alright, this is very specific for this sort of dessert, but we're going to put several layers of parchment paper on a just normal round pan for baking. And we're going to lift the sides because these will help hold the batter in place.
usually when the dessert is done, you can tie it with strings and carry it that way, because it will not stay in the same form. This is an extremely soft dessert if you grill it. And very, very sweet. The center of it is runny. That is not because it is not cooked. That's just the way the dessert is done, the same way that a volcano chocolate volcano cake has the center. It's not because it's underbaked. I guess it is all just chemistry. I'm going to put one more. Just make sure I have those stiff walls that will hold the batter in case it grows a lot. I like to press the paper on the sides to help keep that in place while I pour the batter later. And now let's see how not to pour the batter. You see how it touched one of the sides and it immediately crushed the side of the wall? Well, we're supposed to keep an eye on that, make sure that doesn't happen. And just keep pouring slowly and adjusting the sides as needed with the help of a tool. And now if you can come inside. We're gonna put it in the oven that has been preheated at 200 Celsius or 392-ish Fahrenheit. And it's just gonna stay there for 20 minutes. I hope you tried this recipe and I hope that you like it. The center is gonna be a delicious custard and the outside it will be just like a very moist cake.